Donating your organs to science is a noble thing to do. Do it. Write it on your license. Make sure you do it, right? It's noble, but having your organs taken from you in secret after you die, for reasons unknown, with no apparent authorization, well, that is something that'll get y'all sued. And in Alabama, two separate families say the remains of their loved ones who died in state prisons were literally gutted. Charles Singleton died back in 2021. He was 74, and when his daughter attempted to plan a funeral, she was told it would be, quote, difficult to prepare his body for viewing, end quote, because of its, quote, noticeable state of decomposition and, quote, advanced skin slippage. That's super revolting, but there's more. The mortician reported that all of Singleton's internal organs, including his brain, were missing. Reportedly, there had been an autopsy at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, but officials there won't say why or what happened to Singleton's organs. The state does say that dead inmates are generally autopsied only when deaths are considered unlawful, suspicious, or unnatural, but Charles Singleton's death was none of those things. So this is all coming out now as part of a lawsuit over a second and very similar case from last November. This one involves a 43-year-old Alabama prisoner named Brandon Dotson, who was found dead for reasons unknown. And when his family hired their own pathologist to investigate, wouldn't you know it, Brandon's heart was nowhere to be found. Their suit accuses the Alabama Department of Corrections of, quote, appalling misconduct, nothing short of grave robbery, end quote. That's why I called Joseph Scott Morgan, because he's a renowned death expert, and he's a distinguished scholar of applied forensics at Jacksonville State University in Alabama. What is happening? It sounds very macabre and very weird, Joe Scott.
It does, Ash. How are you doing? Happy New Year, by the way. Yeah, horrible stuff. I was shocked when you guys reached out to me. I'd not been following these cases. And I will tell you this. Most people that die in custody, it is a requirement, and it's generally understood industry practice that when someone dies in custody, and this can even mean someone that is, say, on a hospital unit in a prison, that body must be examined, because I don't care if they're in a hospital unit at a prison or in the back seat of a patrol car, that's an in-custody death. That means that the state is responsible for their mortal remains. And these autopsies, Ash, are very, very thorough. I've been involved in them over the years. And so the fact that these bodies were handled in the manner in which they're handled, in both cases, there was significant decomposition, is quite shocking, even by my standards.
So what's this business where the state says dead inmates are generally autopsied only when their deaths are considered, quote, unlawful, suspicious, or unnatural, meaning they're not always autopsied?
Yeah, they're not always autopsied. I think sometimes saying autopsied implies that would be a thorough, complete autopsy, but at minimum, you must do an external examination, do blood draws, x-rays, all these sorts of things. And this must be done by a forensic pathologist, not a hospital pathologist. You want someone that can examine for trauma. The reason for this, Ashleigh, is the fact that if an individual is in the custody of the state, you want to make sure that they weren't abused while they were in the custody of the state. But here's the rub. Anytime an autopsy is performed and there are no organs left, what does that leave for the family? If they want to have an autopsy performed.
I may have missed what you just said. You just said anytime an autopsy is performed, there are no organs left. Did I mishear you?
I don't know if you did, but this is what I meant. If an autopsy is performed and the organs are not returned with that body, okay, and the family has a desire to have a second autopsy, what's their hired pathologist going to look at other than the tissue samples that were taken in the original case? So it's an uneven playing field, if you will. The family has a right to be able to look into the deaths of their family members.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.